Hi, my curious learners. So, you are once again back with Minnie, your grammar buddy, and we are at your favorite learning platform, Learn Forward. I'm here with your book, The Grammar Hub by Feather Caps. I hope you remember what you learned in the first session, the different parts of speech. Can you tell me what was the first part of speech you learned? Yes, nouns, you are perfect. So, we'll be learning about nouns in detail in part 2, chapter 2 of your book. So, are you excited to learn ahead? Let's get started. What are nouns? You have already read about nouns a lot in grade 1, 2, and 3. So, let's first recall what all you have learned. What are nouns? Okay, who is going to tell me? Yes, nouns are naming words. N for nouns, N for names. That means the words that give name are called naming words or nouns. Let's have an exercise to recall the things we have already done in your previous classes. Read the following paragraph carefully. Underline the naming words or nouns that you have already learnt in your previous classes. So let's get started. The holidays for Dashera began. So what's the noun in this first sentence? Yes, this is Dashera. And since you have to underline the naming words, all naming words are to be underlined. Holidays is also a naming word. Ria went to Bareilly railway station with her mother and father to catch a train for her village. Now we'll read the sentence in pieces and pick out the nouns here. Ria went to Bareilly railway station. What's the noun here? Good, Ria. Then, yeah, that's a place, Bareilly railway station. Good. With her mother and father. Yes, perfect. Mother, father. To catch a train. Here you go. Train is a thing. That's the name of a vehicle. For her village. Village again is the name of a place. So that's also a noun. She loved the journey, watching people, trees, animals, and farms. So all these are nouns. These are all naming words. After crossing many towns and villages. So towns can be any town, but that's a name you give to a place. Villages is also a noun. The train is back here. So we'll underline this also. The train reached Meerut city railway station. So from one station, they started the journey and they reached their destination, Meerut city railway station. They got down from the train again and reached their village. So all these underlined words are naming words. They are called nouns because they are giving a name to a person, place, thing, or anything. It can be a day, it can be a festival, it can be a month. They are giving a name, right? Let's move ahead now. We'll be recalling the definition of nouns and the different kinds of nouns that we have already learned in previous classes. Let's quickly recall them. Nouns, as I have just told you, what are nouns? Nouns are naming words, right? So, the examples are right here. We have the names of people, we have the names of places, animals, and the names of different things here like teacher, doctor, kyan, friend, and mother. These are the names we refer to the people. Why do we give names to somebody or something? Yes, I have already told you, for identification, right? Just to make sure that everybody knows what we are talking about. right? So nouns are the names. They are the words that give name to something to make communication easier, to make everybody understand what we are talking about. If I'm talking about this pen and I call it a fan, look at my pen. I want you to look at my pen, but I'm saying, look at my fan. So where's my fan? So everybody will get confused because you know what is this? This is a pen. Only when I'll say, look at the whiteboard, then you will look here. But if I say, look at the fan, look at the door, so will you be looking here? No. So that is for communication, that we identify the thing we are talking about, right? So this is your whiteboard. When I say look at the whiteboard, you will be looking here only, not there, not there, not behind, right? So that is why we give names. Similarly, school, field, Mumbai, country and temple, these are the names of places. Cat, dog, horse and all others, these are the names of animals. Then table, book, benches, so many things, and we give name to everything around. Now, let's move to the kinds of nouns. Do you remember how many kinds of nouns you have done in the previous grade? Can you just recall? We started in your lower grades. Yes, the first one is common noun. The second one is proper noun. Very good. Then comes, yes, from the word collection, collective noun. Next is perfect, abstract noun. Okay. Which is the fifth one you are missing out? Yes, that's the material noun. So we have 5 kinds of nouns. Common nouns, they stand for anything in general, right? If I say boy, each boy is a boy. Good. Now the second one is special names. They are called proper nouns. So what are proper nouns? They are the special names. For example, if I'll say Ajay, I mean only Ajay, not any other boy in the class. If I say Mohit, I mean Mohit only, not any other in the class, right? So that is a special name, that is a proper noun. Next is collective noun, that comes from the word collection. So when we give a name to a group of all together, that is called collective noun. As I say, bunch of grapes. Do you love to eat grapes? So how do you get them? You get them all tied in a bunch, right? So when they are loose, we say they are grapes. But when they are tied together in a group, we say that's a bunch of grapes. So when there is a collection and we give a name to it, that is called collective noun. Next is material noun. So material comes from the word substance. That means if I just ask you, what is this table made of? What material is used to make it? What do you say? Yes, it's made of wood. Good. So that wood is the material which is used to make something. And that is called material noun. Fine. Now moving to the last but not the least important is abstract noun. And what is abstract noun? You remember I told you in grade 3 the difference between abstract noun and concrete nouns. Concrete nouns. Concrete means something that you can touch, you can see. But abstract is something that you cannot touch, you cannot see that, you can only feel it, right? So the nouns that we cannot see, that we cannot touch are called abstract nouns. And what are such abstract nouns? They are the feelings, that is a state of mind, that is a quality of somebody. If I say somebody is honest, so he is honest, we are telling that quality of the person. But what is there in that person that makes him honest? What's that? What is the name of the quality here? Because he has honesty. right? So what is in that person that is making him honest? The name of that quality in him is honesty. That name of the quality is called abstract noun. If I say it's very hot outside, so what is there in the weather that is making it hot? What's there? It's the heat that is making it hot, isn't it? So hot is how the weather is. But what is outside that is making it hot? It is heat. So that heat you cannot touch. You cannot see that heat. You can only feel it. So that is again the name of a quality, and that is called abstract noun. So again name comes. Whenever you name, you give a name using a word, that word becomes your noun, right? So remember the concrete and the abstract nouns. Concrete is something that we can see, we can touch, but abstract is something that we can only feel. Fine. So here we have the 5 kinds: common nouns, proper nouns, collective nouns, material nouns, and abstract nouns. This is an explanation of common, proper, all the kinds that I have already given to you. Common is something in general, like father. Everybody calls this relation as father. Everybody calls mother as mother. Then brother. These are the names of relations that we have. If you are taking your lunch, you will not say, I am taking my breakfast. So this is the name of a meal of the day. Then a dancer, somebody who performs a dance on the stage, or anybody who dances is called a dancer. Will you call that person a doctor? No. So these are the names that these are the words that we are naming, we are using for identification. These are common nouns. Now these words in blue are all common nouns. Let's move to proper nouns. What are proper nouns? When we give a special name, like Taj Mahal is a name we are giving to a building. That's a special name. You will not call Red Fort as Taj Mahal, isn't it? So this is a special name of that monument. Similarly, if you are talking about Sachin Tendulkar, so you don't mean you are talking about somebody else, right? So you mean Sachin. When you are talking about a cricketer, you mean Sachin Tendulkar, not Rahul Dravid, not anybody else. So that is also a proper noun. And what you have to remember is proper nouns, they always begin with a capital letter, whether they come in the beginning, in between, or at the end. Whether they have one word or more than one words, each word of a proper noun will begin with a capital letter. Remember this, please. Yes, next is collective noun. As I told you, collective word comes from the word collection. So when we put things together in a group and we give a name to it, like I have a pile of books here. So many books put together. So I'll say it's a pile of books. If I have so many flowers put together, we say that's a bouquet of flowers or a bunch of flowers, right? So when we put the things together in a group and we give it a name, that is called a collective noun. So here's a list that you must know. Let's quickly read them out. These are all in pink color. These are all the names given to groups. Groups of what? Let's read. A class of students. So we say class, come on, settle down, isn't it? So when we are talking to all the students here, we can say class. A band of musicians. A caravan of camels. A chain of islands. A clutch of chicks or even eggs. That is called a clutch. A colony. Colony of insects, ants. Then we have bats, beavers, leopards or penguins. When we have groups of any of these, we say that's a colony. Now a bunch of keys. It can be a bunch of bananas. It can be even a bunch of grapes. right? Coming to the next collective noun, it's herd. So herd again is used for many different animals. A herd of antelopes, a herd of buffaloes, a herd of cattle or deer, or even elephants and zebras. So when each one of these are in a group, we say that's a herd of those animals. Next is a litter. Litter can be a group of kittens. That's the baby of a, yes, cat. So it can be a litter of kittens. It can be a litter of puppies also. Moving to next, a pack. A pack of hounds or the wolves, or even the cards that you used to play. You have the playing cards, that is also called a pack of cards. Next, a pride. Pride of lions, pride of even peacocks. Then we have the shoal or school of fish. So when you have a group of fish, a collection of fish, you can call them either shoal, you can also call them a school, right? Next, a fleet of any of the vehicles. We can say it can be airplanes, it can be ships or buses or even cars. Then a flock of birds is flying overhead. So when you have so many birds flying together, then or they can be sitting also on the branches, then a flock of sheep also. Next, a hive or a swarm of bees. When you have the honeybees together, we say that's a swarm of bees or a hive of bees. Next, for army, we use so many words when the soldiers are together. So we use so many words. Let's read them out. A brigade, then an army, a company, or a division, even a platoon, a squad, or a unit of soldiers. See, so many collective nouns you have when you have a group of soldiers, and you can use any of these. Are you getting this? Very good. So shall we move ahead? Now it's material noun is the next kind of noun. And I just told you material means a substance that is used to make something. So such nouns are called material nouns, like gold. What is this bangle made of? What is this ring made of? Gold. What is this dress made of? It's made of cloth. What is this pen made of? It's made of plastic. So all these are, yes, material nouns. Wood is also a material noun. Now abstract nouns are the names of things, rather say feelings, emotions, state that, or an idea that we cannot see, we can just feel them. So abstract noun is the name given to some idea or quality or feeling or even an action which we can only think about. We can only feel that, we cannot see. See, we can only think about it or we can feel. How? I just gave you an example of honesty. If somebody is honest, what is that quality in that person that we are calling him honest? It is because of the quality of honesty. So the name of the quality is honesty. So this is what I can think of. I cannot see the honesty in any person. I can just think about it from the deeds, from the actions of the other person, whether he is honest or he is dishonest, right? I hope all of you are honest in your deeds, in being truthful, right? Yes, you should be. So some of the important abstract nouns here, we have just put them in different categories as feelings, joy, grief, sorrow, fear. What are all these? These are the feelings, right? So I might be looking joyful to you. I might be looking happy to you. But the other person might feel no. she is sad within, isn't it? So these are just the feelings: joy, grief, sorrow, fear. Now, honesty, these are the names of qualities. Honesty, bravery, beauty, mercy, these are all the names of qualities. Actions, now what are these actions? Theft, laughter. So they come from actions. Theft, laughter, movement, flight. So these are all actions and these are abstract nouns. Now, state, childhood, boyhood, youth, poverty. These are the different states of life. That's why these are the names and we put them in abstract nouns. Even the branches of studies like art and commerce, in that we have grammar, music, physics, chemistry, all these are also included in abstract nouns. So we just need to remember them. What all we have done here in abstract nouns? We have done feelings. Let's repeat. Say after me. Feelings. Then we have done quality. Yes. Then we have done some actions also. Like laugh is an action and laughter comes from that. So it is associated with action. That also comes here. And then we have done the different states of life. It can be any state, like if I say heat, that is also a state of matter, right? If we are talking about the different states of life, then we say childhood, motherhood, boyhood, adulthood. So these are the different states of life. They are also a part of abstract nouns. And finally, we have done about the different streams of education like science, commerce, then we have physics, chemistry. All these are also abstract nouns. Very good. So, can we move ahead? Just show me a thumb up if we can move ahead. Anybody has any doubt? Sure? Okay, good. Let's move ahead now. So, we have an exercise here on common nouns. You have to underline the common nouns and you have to circle the proper nouns and then also write them in the columns given. So, we'll quickly just underline and circle them and later you can write them in the appropriate columns, right? So, remember you have to underline the common nouns. Let me write here also, let me underline here and you have to circle the proper nouns. Let's go ahead. Dr. Vivek, that's the name of a doctor. So we will circle it, it's a proper name, proper noun. Treated his patients. That can be any patient in common. So common nouns are to be underlined. Good. My friend. Oh, friend can be any friend. You are not giving a special name. Was born in March. Good. That's a proper name. That is the name of a particular month. And can you see we are starting it with a capital letter? Good. Proper nouns always begin with capital letter. Oh yes, Vivekanand is a proper noun. Was a great saint, can be like we are talking of somebody in general. Anybody can be a saint. Yes, Joseph eats many toffees. That is again a common noun. My father. Each one of you when talking about your father will say my father. That's a common noun. Lives in, yeah, that's a special name starting with a capital letter here, right? Even if you are not familiar with any particular word, what you can see is if it is beginning with a capital letter in between the sentence, it is surely a proper noun, right? Remember this, please. Samsung, yeah, that's a brand. Samsung sells mobile phones. That's again a common noun. So I hope you can write them here in the columns. Good. Let's move to the next exercise now. Pick up collective nouns from the box and fill in the blanks. So students, we have already done a list of collective nouns just before this, right? When we did the kinds of nouns and we did collective nouns, we had a list of collective nouns there. So we'll just do 2, 3 here and rest you will do yourself. A dash of people. So what is, when you find so many people together, what do you say? There is a crowd, right? So that is, do we have that word here? See, the help box is also given to you. So yes, we have this word here, crowd. So it is a crowd of people is watching the show. A dash of ships has gathered in the bay. Ships, do you remember I told you what is a collection, a group of vehicles called? We can use the same word for ships or buses or cars even. Yes, that is a fleet. Good. A dash of bees. I gave you 2 collective nouns for bees. Yes, hive, and another one was swarm. Let's see which one is given here. Oh, we have swarm here. So we'll be using swarm. A swarm of bees flew out of the hive, means the beehive. Now here this hive is the place where the bees live. All the soldiers in the dash were brave. Even for soldiers, a group of soldiers, I have given you so many words. Let's find out which one is given here. Oh, the first one is army. So, army of soldiers. So, all the soldiers in the army were brave. So, the rest, I hope you'll be able to do yourself. I'm there to help you out if you need. Let's move ahead. Match the things with the materials they are made of. So we'll be finding out the material noun for each of these things. What is an ice cream made of? Yes, that's made of milk. So this is your number 1. What about chair? Chair may be of steel. It can be of wood also. Can it be of glass? No. Okay. So it can be of wood. Let us mark this. It can be of steel also. If we don't need anywhere else, we'll just see. What's sweater made of? What's the material used there? Yes, that is wool. And eraser is made of? Yes, rubber. Very good. And scissors? Yes, so we'll be using steel here with the scissors, right? Next, mirror is made of glass, of course. So this is your number 6. Got it? So these are the different material nouns also we can just see here in the list. Let's move to the next question. Underline the abstract nouns. Now, how to find out abstract nouns? What you have to remember? That is the name of, I gave you a list of four things that you have to see. That can be a feeling, that can be a quality, that can be a state, and a few actions also were there, right? So let us see. Then we gave you, I told you about the different streams also, like art, commerce, physics, chemistry and all, right? So we'll just see which one of these have the abstract nouns. Mahatma Gandhi helped India get its freedom. That is a state. Slavery, freedom. So that is a state. This is your abstract noun. Teacher's value. Oh yes, there you are with the correct word. That is honesty. Smart boy. Next, she is my best friend because she is always. Yes, that is the name of a Quality. Very good. The hungry boy looked at all the food with greed. Hungry. No, students. Hungry is not the abstract noun. Hungry here is just telling about the boy. How is the boy? He is hungry, right? But what is there in that boy that is making him like why is he looking at the food? How is he looking at the food? What is there with which feeling he is looking at the food? So the name of that feeling is greed. The hungry is telling you about the quality of boy. It's not the name of the quality. The name of the quality is what is he looking with? He is looking with greed. Yes, neatness is your work. In your work will get you good marks. So how do you have to do? What is that quality with which you have to do your work? Yes, that is neatness. This is your abstract noun. Cleanliness is a good habit. So what is it? Yes, cleanliness is abstract noun, right? Even habit is an abstract noun. You cannot see the habits. You can just make out from the actions of the person about good or bad habits. So you cannot see them. You cannot touch the habits of anybody. This is also an abstract noun. So students, today we have learned about the 5 kinds of nouns. Let's quickly recall them. Common nouns. Yes, come on, speak out. Next, yes, proper noun. Good. Next is collective noun. Material nouns. Good. And abstract nouns. Very good. So I hope you have understood all of these. So now we'll be taking a stop here and the rest will be continuing in part 2. Great time learning, isn't it? I too enjoyed teaching you. See you in the next class. Till then, bye-bye. Happy learning.